Little League Day, a chance to be on the field that your heroes play on. What a thrill for these families here, parading around Safeco Field about an hour or so ago under cloudy skies. And today, bright thoughts about the Mariners, tied for first place as Felix Hernandez takes them out against Blake Snell. We welcome you to Mariner Baseball here at Safeco Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Felix Hernandez has had his first inning difficulties in this season. He turned it around a little bit last time out. He is looking for a win, his third of the month in the last month, as he goes for win number 6. See how he does today against this lineup by the Rays.
Rays a good hitting ball club, third in the American League in batting average. C.J. Cron hitting second in the lineup. He leads the team with 12 home runs. Matt Duffy will bat clean. A fine year for him, hitting .314 overall. And a couple of former Mariners in the lineup. Brad Miller will hit 6, and Jesus Sucre will round out the 9. For Felix, in his fastball right around 90 miles an hour. Curveball, changeup, slider to go with it. Looking for his 6th win on the year. 55 strikeouts, over 28 walks. Really pitched well against the Rays in his career. A 1.94 ERA for Felix against the Rays. And a defense for the Mariners. Denard Span will get the start in left field. Kyle Seager having a Gold Glove caliber year. What a homestand for him in the defense that he has played at third base. Mike Zunino was in the game last night, but he will also start this afternoon, and he will do the catching. Felix in his last outing really pitching pretty well, and then that last inning got away from him. 3 runs ended up scoring. Overall 5 innings pitched against the Rangers, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. Want to stay away from the walks. Felix threw 91 pitches in that outing.
Felix has won his last 5 starts against the Rays. Of course, he pitched the perfecto against them back on August 15 of 2012 here. The Rays have changed dramatically in their lineup since then. Kings Court in session here. Mariners in their cream blue and gold for Sunday. First hitter for Felix will be Malik Smith. Mariner for, what was it, 77 minutes before he got dealt away when Atlanta to Seattle to Tampa Bay. He was 0 for 1 last night. So we get this party started here with a strike. Ryan Blackney's got balls and strikes. Alfonso Marquez at first. DJ Rayburn umpires at second. Jim Wolf at third. Smith 1 for 6 in Friday night's game. There's Haniger winning it with a home run. That was in the 13th inning. And Felix, good breaking ball. 0-2 to Malik Smith. Mike, it's been all about the first inning on the season for Felix. The first inning, 16 earned runs, 18 hits, 4 homers, 7 walks, and 7 Ks.
And he's certainly aware of that. He's talked about the first inning and some of the struggles that he has had.
Here's Haniger into the gap, makes the catch.
But I think for Felix, interesting first at bat. He starts off the leadoff hitter with a changeup, comes back with a couple of breaking balls. And I think a part of that is trying to stay away from guys jumping on the fastball early in the count in the first inning. We saw that happen. Last outing, he fell behind 2-0.
2-0 to Chu, and Chu crushed one.
Yeah, solo home run. It was the only run he ended up giving up in that inning, and he had a couple of ground balls after that. But I think for him, because he's aware of it, and he certainly has heard everybody talking about it, he just wants to get through this first.
The other thing is, going along with that, is you look at C.J. Cron. I mean, everybody's seen the tape. They've seen the numbers, what he's done. Mel Stoudemire Jr., Felix, Scott Service. Again, that's a lot of chalk talk there about how they want to maybe change things up.
Well, and I think for Felix, we talked about his last outing. He changed the way that he goes about his bullpen on the day that he was pitching, amping up the pitches just to try to get him more game ready at the start. He did it again today. I think it was an improvement last time out. But look, he's somebody that is trying to make some changes. It's not always going to be easy or happen real fast, but he is always going to be a pretty good pitcher in my mind, and when he's doing that, especially getting a lot of ground ball rounds, when he's at his best.
You talk all you want about hitting, but Kyle Seager's fielding on this homestand has been fabulous. On the short hops, he's looked as good as anybody in baseball.
A number of backhanded plays, taking hits away, making all the plays, starting some double plays. He has really played well this year overall in the field. He has 1 Gold Glove to his credit. I think he's on his way to another one with the way that he has played.
Felix retired the first 2. He's got Joey Wendell here, second baseman for the Rays. high pop, foul territory. Yelich hoping it comes back, but it won't. We're talking about the first inning for Felix. It has been a minefield. Look at these numbers. OPS at 1.092.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things when you look at these numbers in the first inning, and especially in this month, Felix, when he has left the game, there's been a couple of runners on, and all of his inherited runners ended up scoring, which I think is a little bit of bad luck when you consider how good the Mariners bullpen is. And 7 for 7 as far as inherited runners scoring, all of them being Felix's. So you'd think that that would turn around too to help him out later in the game.
Pazos had a shaky outing 6th inning last Tuesday, giving up 3 runs in the 6th inning in what became a 9-5 Texas win. Felix in good shape right here, ahead in the count 0-2. In the dirt, did he go? Check at third base. No, he didn't, says Jim Wolf.
Pretty good curveball. It's the first ball he has thrown. 3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes. 9 pitches, 8 strikes for Felix, and he's used all of his pitches so far with the curveball, changeup, and his fastball.
It goes back to what Scott Service and Mel have been saying. Hey, use all your good stuff. Get to it immediately. No waiting around. We got a good bullpen. Make it happen. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Felix a 1-2-3 first. Got it done on 10 pitches. That's a feel-good moment as the Mariners come to bat this Sunday afternoon. Safeco Field. Got to believe the pulse rate of this young man, Blake Snell, out of Shoreline. Grew up a Mariner fan. You know that pulse is really beating hard. He's pitching against his hero, Felix Hernandez. He got a jersey signed by Felix yesterday. And Blake Snell putting up good numbers himself. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order for today.
Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. Good to have D. Gordon back in the lineup, leading things off. Gene Segura hitting 3rd in the American League with a .336 batting average. Mitch Haniger also 3rd in the American League in RBIs with 42. And Nelson Cruz, a 6-game hitting streak for him over the 6 games, hitting .456.
Blake Snell 1-1 against the Mariners, an 0.87 ERA. And the first pitch, ball 1 to D. Gordon, 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. Snell beat the Mariners last August 20th in Tampa Bay. Beat him 3-0. He went 7 innings, a 2-hit shutout ball, 2 walks, 8 Ks. First time the Mariners saw him was back on June 16th, 2016. It was his 2nd major league start. And he got roughed up in 3 1/3, 5 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Gave up 8 hits. 2-1 here to D. He's humming today.
This year he's just been one of the premier pitchers in the American League. When you talk about the starters, his fastball 95 to 97 miles an hour. Probably going to see a lot of 97s today as you look at the defense setup for the Rays.
Fights it off.
He's amped up. 97 again.
Well, when I saw him Friday, the look on his face pretty much said it all. Dude, you're going to be pitching. Yeah, first time, man.
Got a lot of family here.
Yep.
His numbers overall, 2.5 ERA, a 7-game winner so far. 76 strikeouts, a 70 in the third. Opponent's hitting 187.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out D, 1 down.
He has all the pitches. We mentioned his fastball at 97. Also has a slider, curveball, changeup to go with it. All plus pitches. Take a look at the defense. Malik Smith will get the start in center field. He covers a lot of ground. Former Mariner Brad Miller at first base. Mariners are third in the American League in stolen bases. Jesus Gray will do the catching, one of the best throwing arms in the American League.
Gene Segura tied for third in hitting in the American League, 5th in runs, 2nd in hits, 1st in multi-hit games. Got service. Very impressed by Blake Snell. He's got good stuff. He knows how to pitch. He has great weapons.
Opponent's hitting just 187 against him. You talk about the weapons. His curveball, they're hitting 173. His changeup 196, and his slider 087.
That sort of rings a bell, doesn't it? Man, oh man.
Having a great year, and he will mix it up.
Two.
On the flip side of that, you look at the Mariners offensively, they are 4th in the American League as far as batting average goes, and they're hitting 272 against lefties. Puts them 4th, so see how this one ends up. But they can hit some left-handed pitching.
He's got a good fastball, and this is a good fastball hitting team. Breaking ball there, strikes out Gene, 2 down.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the Mariners try to be aggressive on his fastball early, especially after this first inning, because his breaking ball is on point today. A couple of strikeouts on the breaking ball after getting ahead with his fastball.
Snell coming in. 76 strikeouts, 23 walks, and 70 in the third. He's already racked up 2 Ks. There's Mitch Haniger, 3rd in RBIs in the American League. 2 for 4 last night.
He has 12 starts this year, and in 10 of them, he's given up 2 runs or fewer.
Right, and he's won his last 3 ball games.
Yeah, he's on a pretty good run right
yes,
now.
he is. Well, you can see why Kevin Cash goes to Sergio Romo to start some games, because he's got Snell as his ace. He's got Archer as a 1A. So now you just got to fill in the other spots. I mean, they've lost a lot of personnel moved a lot of personnel in the last year or so.
I will still be curious to see how that experiment works. If it's working for them, you're going to see more clubs do it. I don't quite understand it, really. I mean, I guess I can see it. When they did it against the Angels, I understood it because they have so much right-handed power, and that's their lineup.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, no. I don't think so.
I mean, your personnel's going to dictate. If he had a really good 3-4-5, he wouldn't think about it. Keep Romo on the back end, back in as a veteran closer.
Right.
Scott Service said, "I get it." He says, "Just not for me."
Some of the young starters having issues in the first, so taking the pressure off of them. Let Romo start the game, and he'll take over sometime in the second.
3-2. Inclement weather, i.e. rain coming. Guess what? The roof is moving. It's going to close. In fact, it's raining now. Pretty much what the weather forecast called for. 1 o'clock hour. 3-2 here to Haniger. Friday's hero, Mitch Haniger, making a name for himself here in Seattle. 4-3 win in 13. Dramatic home run leading off that inning. Swing and a miss. Blake Snell, what a start here back home in Seattle, striking out the side as he duels with the King this Sunday. Great starts here, first inning as we close the roof at Safeco Field. Hey fans, join us June 11th through the 13th as we welcome the Angels to town for a big divisional showdown. Watch as Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and the Angels collide with Nelson Cruz, James Paxton, and the Mariners. Head to Mariners.com for your seats. That is going to be fun. Mariners embarking on a short road trip to at Houston for Tampa Bay after today's game.
Good first inning for Felix. 1-2-3 first. I thought it was interesting, Dave, looking at the first inning, that he only threw 3 fastballs. In fact, the leadoff hitter, Smith, it was a changeup and 2 curveballs to retire him. So Felix trying to get him off of the fastball early. Missed with that curveball. Hit him.
Matt Duffy takes his base.
Curveball, not a lot of bite to it. Probably slipped out of his hand. Duffy making no effort to get out of the way.
That early base runner.
Yeah.
Going back to your point about what Felix has done, you got almost 2,600 innings under your belt. Old dog can learn new tricks.
Oh, he absolutely can. And again, the first inning has been an issue, and he's talked about it, and they're trying some different things, and he was able to get through a 1-2-3 first today. Again, only throwing his fastball 3 times. So he's making some adjustments out there. I thought it was pretty apparent. He was pretty fired up in the first inning too. A lot of emotion, so I like seeing that out of him.
He knows what he's done. He's hearing people talk about what he's done in the first inning. And we do know that he's one of the premier ultimate competitors. We've been around for a long time. We're just throwing out the first back safely stuff. Zanino got a pickoff a couple of nights ago. A lot of pride, and I remember,
yes.
Was it the Toronto series last year when he's walking off the mound? This is my house.
Talk about him competing. I've said it many times through the years for him. And when Felix is on his game, he makes it look pretty easy. But I like watching him compete when maybe he doesn't have his best stuff or his best command, and just finding a way to hang in there. And now he's trying to make some changes to get back to that point.
And you would have to say that that is an even greater, as good or an even greater mark of greatness. When you don't have your A game and you're finding ways.
Yeah, if you go through and you look at the amount of pitchers that were in the big leagues because of their velocity, which Felix when he showed up was 95 to 97 miles an hour. And when they lose their velocity, how many of them are able to make that adjustment, stick around? Not many.
It's a small percentage. 1 and 2 here to Daniel Robertson.
But I've heard Mel talk about it. I believe it because of his ability to pitch. He wasn't a guy that showed up at the big leagues with the great fastball and was just reaching back trying to throw by guys. He was pitching in because he had the curveball back then too.
And then since then the change is coming.
Then his velocity dropped to that 94 range, and that's when the changeup showed up for him. But he can still spin it. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And I think getting through the first inning is one of those things this year that's been a problem.
Base hit up the middle by Robertson has had a heck of a series, particularly in the field. He's made a lot of good plays. Robertson at shortstop. First hit.
Last pitch up, out over the plate. And another breaking ball. It looked like a lot of bite to it. So a little bit of trouble for Felix here in the second inning.
Hit batter base hit brings up Brad Miller playing at first base today. Brad had yesterday off, went 0-5 in a 13 inning game. One.
Better breaking ball.
Roof almost has us enclosed here. One to Brad. Miller had some good moments here while he was with the Mariners. And he pulls this one foul, 1 and 2. Went down to Tampa, hit 30+ home runs. Good group in the King's Court this afternoon. 1-2 here to Brad Miller. the chance starts up again. Off the glove of Zunino. Brad Miller with 30 home runs, 81 runs batted in 2016, his first year with the Rays.
This is a well-located fastball in the inside corner. Primera Supermo, the foul tip, off the heel of his glove and then right on the chin.
And a black eye for Brad Miller. No fisticuffs involved. Monday in the batting cage, indoor cage in Oakland. Hit a liner off the L screen, came right back and got him in the eye. Wound up playing later on that night, the next day.
It's going to be a big pitch for Felix. Bit of trouble, nobody out, 3-2 count.
Carlos Gomez on deck, and Carlos has 6 hits against Felix, 2 are home runs. Here comes a 3-2 in the dirt. And Jim Wolf punches him out.
Yep, didn't check his swing.
That's a big strikeout. Strikeout number 2, 1 down here in the second inning.
For Felix throughout his career, he's just been tremendous with runners in scoring position and working his way out of trouble, and doesn't want to give in to him. 3-2 with the fastball. He goes with his curveball, it looked like, down out of the strike zone. Brad not able to check his swing, so a big out for Felix.
Here's up Carlos Gomez, 0 for 2 last night, the right fielder. 6 for 17, 2 home runs against Felix. D. Gordon holding a runner at second. Duffy, big hole on the right side. Train set corner, 1-1. One to Gomez. Check down to first. Alfonso Marquez says no. Ball 2, 2-1.
Good changeup. Just down out of the strike zone. 85 miles an hour.
Two and 2. How's this air smell, Mike? First place.
How about it?
Nice.
It was really neat at the end of the game yesterday, seeing the flags.
That was great.
Yeah, there they are. Mariners out in front. Yes, it's early, but it's nice to see him out there.
June 2nd, 2 years ago, the Mariners were tied for first. There's Franklin Long. Little looper. Segura is going to think that Seager's going to take care of it.
Good pitch again from Felix.
Broke his bat.
Felix didn't want to give in to him. A number of changeups, a breaking ball, and then he comes back with a good two-seam fastball at 88 miles an hour. And that is in his kitchen.
Okay, that's how you feel about your product.
Didn't work. Go get a new one. Good pitch from Felix, though. Everything down and away. Again, the changeup and breaking ball, and then the two-seamer in on his hands.
Tell you what, Gomez can light up your TV screen one way or another. Got thrown out of a game one time when he was used to taking the field. I believe it was from a beefy head from the night previous. Said a couple of magic words, and why don't you just reverse course and get back to the dugout?
Good curveball from Felix for strike 1. By the way, breaking that bat over your knee, even though it had a crack in it, I don't recommend it.
Tried it?
I've seen teammates try it. I never did. But when I looked,
your wife married a smart guy.
When I saw the bruises on him the next day, it wasn't going to happen. I learned my lesson just watching.
I dropped some names on us. Come on, I'll hold back now. Come on.
I'll tell you the one that was the most impressive was Bo Jackson when he snapped one over his helmet.
Yes. I remember, yes. That's
was
the gold
amazing.
standard. Yeah. That's the gold standard. You youngins, don't try that at home, please.
Nice job.
And a miss. Felix is fired up. Getting the house fired up. Getting some runs. We're early, but Felix and Blake Snell are dueling. Field. The Snell family, they're here in force wearing Rays colors.
Well, it was an impressive first inning for him.
That was Blake's mom with the thumbs up. Yeah, he looked good, so does Felix.
Snell, yeah. For Snell, he was 95 to 97. 1-2-3 first, strikes out the side with some dominating stuff, including a curveball and slider that we saw him. Great job by Felix, in a little bit of trouble, and was able to work his way out of it, picking up a couple of strikeouts himself.
In tight to Nelson Cruz, his 2 for 5 career against Blake Snell. Snell 1-1 against the Mariners. Cruz, Seager, Yelich 4, 5, and 6 coming up.
Nelson with a 6-game hitting streak, 458 in the 6 games. Base hit and drove in a run last night.
Good homestand for Nelson Cruz. He and Segura lead the team with 13 hits. 1-1 pitch. Alley 1 for 3 last night with an RBI.
I'm sure for Blake Snell in the first inning, a lot of adrenaline.
Yes.
Excited to be out on the mound. We'll see if his velocity stays up in that 97 range. On average this year, he's been 95.
3-1 to Cruz. He got his batting average up to 253. Snell has been impressive. 6th in ERA, 3rd batting average against, just a .187. Second, tied for 2nd in wins. As for Cruz last night, 3rd inning, RBI single got the Mariners on the board. Only went 2 for 5 in a 13 inning game. Payoff pitch here. Swing and a miss. He struck out the first 4 men that he's faced. Much to the delight of his fans, family and friends.
And 3-2 count. There's the breaking ball, like a slider.
He went 3-2 Haniger, 3-2 Cruz, and got them both swinging.
On the breaking ball.
Yep.
We'll just try to speed you up early in the count with the good fastball and put you away with a plus breaking ball.
Early in the count, you mentioned it earlier. Get after that fastball first couple pitches. If you
well, even with Nelson, he gets himself into a hitter's count 3-1. Had the fastball, but it was located right on the outside corner. He fouled it off, so he was ready to hit. It's not too many pitches in the middle of the plate, and when you combine that with the type of stuff that Blake Snell has, that makes it difficult. Kyle being aggressive on the fastball. Again, right on the corner. And he comes back with another breaking ball.
That's effective.
And even if you're aggressive on his fastball early, you have to remind yourself that he's 95 to 97. That's
Absolutely.
still not easy to hit.
Snell's won his last 3 starts, 97 pitches against Oakland, Boston, 101 and 114 against the Angels. Angels and Oakland, those were both road games. Down the line, that's going to get fouled.
Fastball on the plate, but right at the top of the strike zone.
He's got tried all 4 men that he's faced, striking them out swinging. He's got Seager here.
Somebody lost some popcorn.
Oh boy.
He tried to catch it with his popcorn.
Okay.
Premier Supermo. I think he was trying to catch it. Missed it. About half a bucket.
Garcon. Another bucket of popcorn for my friends. 1-2. Wow. 5 strikeouts. First 5 men all swinging for the hometown kid, Blake Snell. Cheer on the team, then round your way to home with a Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org. A robust start for Blake Snell. He's got Ryan Healy here.
Ryan with a home run last night. On the year.
strike one. Ryan got a ball up in the air last night. Landed softly like a Mike Blowers wedge. Rattling off the hand-operated scoreboard out there in left field.
It was a towering fly ball.
Hang time. Good stuff. Breaking ball and a beauty. 0-2.
You don't have to give him anything. He's striking everybody out.
30 pitches, 20 strikes.
Nice job by Yelich to step out and slow him down. 0-2. 6 up, 6 down, all Ks, all swinging. Talk about fine pitching. How about Cardinals ace Michael Wacha took a no-no into the 9th, and then Colin Moran of the Buccos broke it up. Wacha, the ace of the staff, wins the ball game. 7-1 is his record. 5-0 final. Jesus Sucre, Malik Smith, C.J. Crow 9-1-2 against Felix here in the top of the 3rd. Felix has struck out 3, giving up 1 hit.
There's a good curveball. Again, a couple things that are interesting so far with Felix. To start the game against Smith, he goes changeup, curveball, curveball. Typically, almost every starter in this league will throw a fastball on their first pitch, just trying to get into the game. So I thought that was interesting. Some more defense by Kyle Seager on a breaking ball that was up. And then to see him hit a batter, give up a base hit in the 2nd inning, and work his way out of that with a couple of strikeouts, having the good curveball, going to his changeup. Good sign.
Good pitching.
Good
Not
pitching.
just throwing.
No, very good pitching.
1 out, top of the order. Malik Smith flied out to right. Chain difficulty slowing up the game, Mike. We talked about it the other day. Yelich should be able to make the play. He does. He was on it. He was on the count too. As soon as he saw the square, he was in movement. He was in motion. Good job.
And a quick out for Felix. Really good defense here on the homestand. Start talking about their records. They've won 11 of their last 14.
Fired up.
That's great.
That's impressive.
It's a good pitch. Didn't get the call on it. Looked like it was right on the corner.
I think Felix said something to Ryan Blackney. Felix using body language like we might use at home when you're watching a game, you know, like, reach out, get it.
He's animated this afternoon. Could change it before a strike to get back into the count.
He's got a ways to go to be as animated as Chris Archer was yesterday, which was off the chart.
I don't want to see him hurt himself out there.
Right? 2-1 to C.J. Cron, grounded out to Seager. Scott Service was lauding first baseman Ryan Healy for his play around the bag. That was Seager. Oh, yeah. Quick release on the bounce. Dug out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 8 pitches. Yes, indeed. It is on. Felix fired up. We got a good situation brewing here at Safeco Field. Agent at Safeco.com. Do more. And by Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com as we take you to Capitol Hill here on a cloudy day. In Seattle, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Blake Snell from Shoreline has struck out the first 6 men to start the ball game. The record, the major league record to start a ball game is 8 consecutive strikeouts. Jim Deshaies, now Cubs broadcaster, did it with Houston in '86, and Jacob deGrom of the Mets did it in 2014. The most consecutive strikeouts in the American League at one time in a game, Doug Fister, 9. He did that last year. Guillermo Heredia leading off.
For Blake Snell, we gave you all the numbers and the averages against. Points hitting 187. More strikeouts and innings pitched for him. He has plus stuff today. 95 to 97. Slider, curveball, changeup.
First appearance here on the mound at Safeco Field, where he watched many a game, and many a game started by Felix Hernandez, his mound opponent today.
It was yesterday that Felix sent an autograph over.
No, I did. Hey, autograph jersey.
Yep.
I was talking to Felix. Was that yesterday, the day before? And I just come back from talking to Snell, and I told Felix, I said, he's fired up the face. He says, I'm sending him a jersey right now.
Another good fastball from him. 96 in on the hands.
2-2 the count. Heredia, Spanzanino, bottom third of the order. Breaking ball and a beauty. Struck him out. 7 consecutive strikeouts to open the ball game. First one looking. The record 8. Futures back on Saturday, June 30th, when the Mariners turn ahead the clock against the Royals. The 20th anniversary of the original event. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a futuristic Mariners cap courtesy of Alaska Airlines. So blast to mariners.com for tickets. Here's former Ray Denard Span. They'll try to keep Snell from tying a major league record. Snell has opened this ballgame striking out the first 7 men that he's faced.
His season high this year is 10. It's against the White Sox all the way back in April.
Mariners looking to put a ball in play here. Seven consecutive strikeouts to open ball game ties the American League record. 2-0 here to Span. With a strike. We've seen Span now. This is his 7th game. Caught him after the game yesterday, and I said, "Man, you take a lot of pitches." He says, "I'm a grinder." I said, "You know, I'm not a superstar, but at the end of the year, you're going to like what I bring to the team." And one of the reasons why he's been around now in his 11th year in the big leagues. Foul ball. 2-2.
That's something that Scott Service talked about with Span and his ability to work counts, get the pitch count up. The Mariners have a couple of hitters that are very aggressive, so and it helps offset that.
Two and 2 to Span. 1 out, nobody on. Time granted.
Another veteran move. He's trying to switch things up. Rhythm, timing, all of those things part of this game, and not surprised to see the veteran Span step out, call timeout right when he's getting ready to go.
Savvy move.
Yep.
2-2 pitch. We had a couple of pitchers in the last few years. I'm trying to, I'll think of it, but I remember we had a discussion about that. Step out, because whoever, a couple of young kids were coming. Remember that?
One of them was a few years ago. You're right, and it was Keuchel. He was in a groove, and it was just one ground ball after the other.
Step out, come on.
Yeah. It helps sometimes to do that.
Yeah, you're right. It was Keuchel here, and he did it again. And of course, we've seen him do it down there in Houston. 2-2 here to Span.
Which, by the way, will be another great pitching matchup on Tuesday. Mariners are going to Houston, fly out after the game today, day off tomorrow in Houston. On Tuesday it will be Paxton and Keuchel, a couple left-handers.
I'm not making this trip. I'll make the next road trip, and I'm going to be watching that one. I'll be queued up.
That will be a good one.
Wade LeBlanc and Lance McCullers in the 2nd game. Snell trying to get his 8th consecutive strikeout to start a ball game. Tie major league record. 2-2 to Span. Down low. Span's seen him take a look at a lot of pitches in his brief time here with the Mariners.
Fouled off a couple of tough pitches in this at bat because Snell is not in the middle of the plate with anything. Everything's either at the bottom of the zone, hitting that line at the top when you look at the EQC tracer, or on the edges.
3-2 pitch to Span. Making him work. Pitch at bat so far.
44 pitches, 29 strikes.
Span just coming over. May 25th from these Rays with Alex Colomé. 3-2 pitch from Snell. And that will break the streak if it stays fair. But it goes foul. Looked like it had a chance to hang in there. It sliced at the last couple of seconds.
Pretty good battle going on. Next pitch will be 10 to Span. Last pitch 97 at the top of the strike zone. It did jam him. He's also had to fight off a number of breaking balls. You can see right there at the bottom of the zone here on the EQC tracer.
Here we go, 3-2. And he breaks the streak with a ground ball to the second baseman Wendell. He throws out spin for out number 2. Ties an American League record, 7 consecutive strikeouts to open up a ball game. He's looking at the family's reaction. They're hoping. They like the out. They may not be aware of this, but I think Blake was aware. Yeah, he knew. Two outs, 8 up, 8 down. Mike Zunino. Mike. 5 for 21 on the homestand. He's got hits in his last 4 ball games. Picked it up. One to count. Just 1 hit in this ball game. Single to center, Daniel Robertson. It goes as Marquez, ball 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Up high. A heater at 96. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. In the dirt. Zunino over his last 4 ball games. 5 for his last 11, 3 runs, couple of doubles. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 8. 9 up, 9 down. Blake Snell, what a homecoming. First outing at Safeco Field. Hats off for heroes. Christian Yelich, the Milwaukee Brewers, they're having a fantastic season, leading the National League Central. Established sluggers for soldiers, supports the Wounded Warrior Project, Brothers U.S. Marine, and this kid can play. We were impressed with him when we saw him in Miami about 4 years ago. Silver Slugger Award 2 years ago. Really good player and a fine acquisition by Milwaukee.
Good defensive outfielder, can really swing it.
Felix Hernandez has pitched 3 innings of 1 hit ball. Struck out 3, hasn't walked anybody. He's got Joey Wendell here. Wendell, Duffy, and Robertson, 3, 4, and 5. Up the middle, Gene Segura. We talked about it yesterday.
That was an example. You saw it? I was hoping you saw that.
Yes, I did.
We were talking about it yesterday. A reliever for the Rays ended up getting hit on a ball that was hit back at him on his pitching hand, trying to make a catch. And Felix flinched a little bit, but you could see him pull his glove right back down and let Segura make the play.
Ryan Stanek.
The veteran. The veteran that Felix is. Didn't want it to deflect off his glove. Let the infielders handle it.
Not to mention ruin a pitching hand.
Exactly.
To the gap. Span got a great jump, 2 down. Ride the light rail for free, now extended through July 8th to show your game ticket for a free round-trip ride to Safeco Field courtesy of the Mariners. Save both time and money by taking the train to the game. For details, visit mariners.com/go. Smart move. Got a happy manager and happy pitching coach and a happy GM and happy ownership after he did that. Daniel Robertson. He's got the only hit in the ballgame. He's got both of them now.
It's on a breaking ball, middle of the plate. First pitch swinging for Robertson.
Tell me this, you get Snell perfect with 8 Ks. Felix has been outstanding. What's a buzz in the dugout when you got their guy, your guy, you're going, uh-oh.
Which dugout are we talking about?
Pick one.
Well, I'm sure that the guys in the Rays dugout know exactly what was going on with Snell and the way that he started this game. I think that fortunately for the Mariners, they had Span, who had great at bat, by the way, a lot of pitches. Was able to put the ball in place. You don't have to worry about that as Miller jumps on an off-speed pitch, hits it into the gap.
Sure does. And Robertson can motor. He's coming to third, getting a wave on. He's going to score. Brad Miller, RBI double, 1-0 Tampa Bay. Brad Miller's 19th RBI, his 8th double.
So for Felix, he gets 2 outs, 2 fairly quick outs, and then first pitch swinging, both hitters. That's on the changeup. The other was on a breaking ball. So the Rays now starting to be more and more aggressive with Felix.
2 outs, a run in, a runner on for Carlos Gomez. Popped up to Seager, broke his bat over his knee. Here's ground ball to Segura.
First pitch swinging again.
Yep. So a run on, 2 hits, man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, top of the order coming up for the Mariners.
Here's the Hit It Here Cafe hospitality area. This is one of the coolest places here at the ballpark. When I'm actually at the ballpark and I'm not working, I go to the Hit It Here Cafe. You can host your next private party in the Hit It Here Cafe terrace located in the outdoor patio of the Hit It Here Cafe. So this is like a private event space that you can reserve for large groups. It's got the outdoor terrace seating throughout the game and a food and beverage package that will fit whatever you're trying to pull off. So it's one of the most unique views in the ballpark, a memorable place to host your special event. For more information, visit mariners.com/groups and click on hospitality areas. But again, guys, like literally, if I'm coming to the ballpark and I'm just coming as a fan, I go to the Hit It Here Cafe.
Save me a seat next time.
All right.
Top of the order, D. Gordon. All right, what have the boys learned about Mr. Snell, beside the fact that he's got a nasty breaking ball and a heavy heater?
They knew that at the start of the game. I think when you look at the reports, and
seeing's believing.
Yeah, but once you stand in the batter's box, that's a whole different thing. And they didn't have a lot of experience against him. Just a few at-bats for a number of the guys. But at the same time, his fastball is much better than the last time we saw him at 95, 97. I suspect, as we just saw with the Rays at the Mariners, we'll get a lot more aggressive. It's fairly typical for D. Gordon and Segura to be that way anyway. That's their nature. They want to swing the bats, but I think you'll see it up and down the lineup, trying not to fall behind.
Blake Snell 1-1 against the Mariners, June 16th, 2016. 3 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Then he beats the Mariners August 20th last year, 7 innings, 2 hits, shutout ball, 2 walks, and 8 Ks.
This might be a hit.
Race. Ooh, safe.
For Blake Snell, a little bit of a hesitation getting off of the mound. Left-hander power pitcher. He's going to fall towards third, and then he hesitates. And clearly safe for D. And he appears to be just fine.
I was looking at that pinky finger, and the 4th finger on that left hand almost got spiked.
Yeah, he was able to get his fingers on the top of the base and not that front edge. But that little bit of hesitation is all that D. Gordon needed with his speed.
First hit of the afternoon for the Mariners. Second time they put it in play today. Ground out the span was the first time. Here's Segura, struck out on a 1-2 pitch. See what kind of move Snell has. Ball 1.
Well, not quite a slide step, but he tried to rush it a little bit to the plate. Typically, power pitchers going to take him a little bit longer to get to home plate. The one thing we do know, and I mentioned at the beginning of the game, is Jesus Sucre can really throw the baseball. So if D is going to take off, I think he'll go on the first move. Basically, that's just a guessing game on his part.
We know about Sucre from his days here with the Mariners as second and third catcher. D, the leading stolen base man in the American League. Fastball to Gene, 1-1.
I mentioned Gene earlier that he's an aggressive hitter, and that is true, except for the one change that he has made this year is when D. Gordon gets on first base, he will take a strike. Give him a chance to steal if he wants to.
Pretty good lead for D. Two and 1. 4% hit probability on that play. Ball that D put in play. Nothing like plus speed. Two one. Still just giving a side-eye view at D at first. We mentioned it, I don't know, earlier in the year, but D keeps his hands on his knees. He doesn't give away his intention. You know, some guys will take their hands off the knees. He keeps them on, whether he's going or not.
A little bigger lead this time.
Yep.
Saw Snell holding the ball. That comes from the dugout. That's a sign that they'll give him. He's trying to change things up, not fall into a pattern, not much of a move.
Was it you that told a story about Ricky? Ricky could pick up, would know a guy's move. The first time he threw it, he'd have it.
I was just thinking about that too, especially for D. He's so accomplished at stealing bases. If he sees and he thinks that's his best move, I think you're giving him a lot of information. I think you're better off holding the ball, changing your patterns, doing something like that as opposed to showing him that move, because if he reads it and he sees that, he's going to take off.
Official D. Gordon game. His uniform is filthy already.
We're going to take a look at it, I guess.
Crew Chief Alfonso Marquez, first base.
Snap throw. D slips a little bit when he pushes off to get back to the base.
Ball beats him.
Yeah, there's no question.
Hand got in there. Yeah, hand got in. We saw Marco Gonzalez pick off yesterday, 5th inning. He got robbed. Ref Snyder. Congratulations to Marco Gonzalez. Picks up his. Look at the daylight between the glove and D here.
Well, for D, he dives back and he's really wide. Typically, they will dive for that back corner. You can see how far Brad Miller has to reach to try to put the tag on him. And it looked as if with that little bit of a slip for D that he was barely able to get his fingertips back on the base. He really had to reach for it.
Last night, Marco Gonzalez picking up his 6th win, leads the team in that category. Nice work by him. Almost got through the 7th, got a strikeout and a fly out and got a little too amped. Walked Christian Arroyo and he got pulled. Pazos came in, threw a pitch, inning over. Mariners get on a plane, head to Texas. Houston to take on defending world champion Astros after today's ball game. And here's the verdict. He is safe. The play stands. Back to action here. 2-1 count to Gene Segura. Tied for 3rd batting average in the American League. Snell 6th in ERA. Here's a 2-1. A good count here for Gene Segura with Mitch Haniger on deck.
See if this changes things. You mentioned a good count. First time that Snell had to pitch out of the stretch.
He's going to 4 full counts, but it's first time 3-1. Here's an opportunity for Segura and the Mariners. Runner holds, and this one drilled to left, going back field, but he's going to take care of it right now. And getting back is D. Gordon. Not quite enough. Bring up Mitch Haniger. He struck out a 3-2 pitch. Coming up, what's next? Brought to you by CenturyLink. A couple of quality left-handers here. James Paxton has better numbers than Keuchel, World Series champion, and Wade LeBlanc goes against Lance McCullers Jr. on Wednesday. Nice to see Wade get his first win of the season. He's pitched quite well for the Mariners since coming over from the Yankee organization.
2.60 ERA for Wade.
D. Gordon 18 out of 20 base stealing. There he goes, got a good jump. Sucre, great arm, throw down to second, not in time, and then gets away from the second baseman Wendell. Stolen base, D. Gordon is 19th.
We knew that he had to get a really good jump from first base. He was able to do a strong throw from Sucre. Primera Supermos, you take a look at the slide, see if it hits D or if they're able to get a glove on the ball as it bounces, hits off his foot.
D in scoring position. Brad Miller's double scored Robertson for the 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay top half of this inning.
The jump and speed of D. Gordon and possibly the ball hitting his foot might have been the difference in him being safe.
Sucre's arm as strong as ever. 2-0. Haniger struck out on a 3-2 pitch to end the first inning. If you're just joining us, Blake Snell, 7 consecutive strikeouts to open up the ball game. Ties an American League record. 2-0. Strike one to Mitch. Nelson Cruz on deck. Mariners 3-game winning streak. On for a sweep, another one. They're 7-2 in the homestand. Won 12 of 15, 14 of 19. They've owned the Rays here, winning 8 consecutive games dating back to the 15 season. There's a 2-1. And now Haniger with an opportunity at 3-1.
2-0, we challenged him with a fastball 95 on the outside corner. Numbers for Mitch, his worn out left-handers. 349 batting average against lefties.
3-1 pitch. Blazing speed at second. D. Gordon. I'll get foul.
Like a changeup, 88 miles an hour.
Haniger taking its time. Snell ready with the 3-2 pitch. 1 out, 1 on. Fouled off his foot. Jesus Sucre, the catcher. The umpires Ryan Blackney and Mitch Haniger. Fine year. 3rd in RBIs in the American League, behind J.D. Martinez and Manny Machado. 3-2. Takes a call, 3rd strike, 9th K this afternoon for Blake Snell. 2nd looking. 2 away here in the Mariners 4th. Stick around after the game. For Mariners postgame, it's presented by Alaska Airlines. There we go, Ryan Roland Smith jersey. Saw Ryan coming in today, doing a fine job. You guys had fun doing that players only game.
That was
last
fun.
homestand.
Yeah, Dan Wilson also.
9 strikeouts. Season best for Snell so far, 10. April 10th at the White Sox, his career best 13 last October 1 against the Orioles.
For Nelson Cruz, he was able to get the count to 3-1 in his first at bat. Had a fastball in the outside corner at 97, fouled it off, and then ended up striking out. Looked as if it was on the breaking ball, probably the slider, swinging over the top of it, looking to get after the fastball.
Strike one.
QC tracer right on the corner, splits the corner.
Pitcher's pitch, right?
We've seen it all afternoon from him. He's not made many mistakes with his fastball in the middle of the plate.
Missed the breaking ball 0-2.
curveball right there.
Give you an idea how big a fan, Mariner fan, Snell was growing up. He's got a dog, a chocolate lab named Junior. After the Hall of Famer, his father Dave Snell, in his 4th year, head baseball coach at Shoreline Community College. Here's the 0-2. Gets away, indeed will get to third.
Wild pitch. There was another breaking ball in the dirt. Sucre not able to keep it in front of him.
6th wild pitch by Snell, team leader by a wide margin on the ball club.
Gives the Mariners more opportunities to score. Now the Diaz at third. Another wild pitch, pass ball, an error. How about a base hit?
I see and raise your 4-bagger. The strikeout wins. Runner stranded, 1-0 as we go to the 5th. 10 Ks for Blake Snell. As you know, first inning had been a bugaboo for him. He got through cleanly today. 1, 2, 3 in the first. So far to this point, he struck out 3. He's given up a run on 3 hits. Brad Miller got him for an RBI double in the 4th. The Felix has looked good here today. Dueling with Blake Snell, youngster from Shoreline. Kings Court in session. A tough play here.
I think so.
Base hit, Johnny Field.
Yeah. Perfect bunt. Kyle did everything he possibly could, but perfect bunt, no chance. Making the barehanded play, gets rid of it quickly, has a little something on it.
Playing third base, you have to have that in your bag. Make that play at a high percentage. Then again, people aren't bunting the way they used to. How much is bunting for base hit tailed off, trying to drop it down the third baseline since you quit?
Oh, I think it's tailed off quite a bit. You can almost guarantee it on just about any leadoff hitter and guys hitting at the bottom of the lineup trying to pick up hits that way.
Suki fouling one off. Jesus Sucre grounded out to third.
Mariners have somebody that'll do it, and that is D. Gordon. Segura's even tried it a couple of times this year.
And Heredia's dropped 1 or 2 down. Can be an effective weapon. If the Mariners can get a double play here. Pulled foul.
Felix throwing a lot of strikes today. 48 pitches, 36 strikes, 18 batters, 13 first pitch strikes. 2 outs in the 4th. He gave up a single and then the double to Miller. That's the difference in the ball game so far.
He's got 3 strikeouts to this point. Ahead of his former teammate Jesus Sucre. Inside, ball 1. Sucre and Mariner 13, 14, and 15 season into the 16th season. 4 years in Seattle, hit 2 home runs. Drove in 20 runs in limited action. Suki, base hit left field. 8 and 9 hole hitters have reached here in the 5th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
And Alex Smith walking to the plate, leadoff hitter. He tried to bunt his last time up. Ball was in the air and Ryan Healy made a diving catch of it. So first and second, nobody out. Let's see how the Rays want to play. Kyle Seager front of the bag at 3rd, expecting a bunt.
Time granted.
Healy also playing in.
Both pitchers being stingy today, so each run really looms large. Each opportunity big. Bunt shown, gets it down foul. See how the Mariners defend this. Sucre having a conversation with Alex Colomé. The Mariners dug out the bunt and a good one. Felix gets the out at first. D. Gordon covering. Sacrifice 1-4. Runners move up.
Felix has been able to get C.J. Cron to hit the ground ball over to Kyle Seager a couple of times here this afternoon. Looks like the Mariners are going to play the middle of the diamond, play him back. Kyle probably just behind the bag at 3rd. Healy the same at 1st. Good speed at 3rd base with Field.
Cron drives one. High and deep and hooking way foul. Cron leads the ball club in home runs and RBIs, doubles, total bases, and hits. Long-time Angel Mike Scioscia. Seager robbed him of a base hit last time up. That hit him. Kevin Cash coming out.
They asked Marquez if it was a swing, and he said no. Trying to check his swing, see if it hits him on the wrist. Oof. And it does.
Oh, man.
Again, checking his swing, Primera Supermo, and clearly hits him.
Second. About the pitch before. Look where this thing lands at lookout landing. Goodness gracious. Off the face.
Second hit batter for Felix in the game.
You got Duffy leading off the second. He's in a jam now. Bases loaded.
Cron will stay in the game. Joey Wendell is due up. Been a good hitter for the Rays this year, hitting .290 at the start of today.
Rays this season 163 as a team with the bases loaded. Wendell 0 for 5.
If the hit batter, Felix can get out of the inning with a double play ball.
So a bunt base hit, solid base hit to left, sacrifice bunt, hit batter has loaded him up, 1 out.
5 ground ball outs for Felix this afternoon. Wendell grounded out to short his last time up.
First pitch strike and a breaking ball. Whole bunch of important pitches right here inside. He just got out of the way. 1-1. A concerned Mariner pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre Jr. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 1-0 lead.
He wants to see the ground ball too. Another good breaking ball from Felix.
3 strikeouts for Felix, no walks. Good crowd, looks like upwards of 30,000 here today. Roof covering us here at Safeco Field. 1-2 pitch to Joey Wendell with the bases juice. Swing and a miss, struck him out, 2 down.
Off-speed pitch. Looks like a curveball. It is. It's a curveball. Nice play by Mike, too. Big strikeout for Felix.
His 4th. Now he's got to get Matt Duffy. Hit by a pitch and lined out to left center field. It was run down by Denard Span.
He's been their best hitter this year. Came into the game hitting .314. Cleanup hitter this afternoon.
Wendell out of Wilmington, Delaware, Westchester University, just outside of Philly. That's where he went to school, and he's ahead 2-0 here. Matt Duffy. It's Wendell who struck out. Bases juiced here, 2 outs. In the dirt. Good dig by Mike. 3-0. He's got to come back. Really amp it up here.
2-0. Looked like it was a changeup again. Gonna have to make some quality pitches now behind 3-0.
Big pitch. Back with a strike.
He was figuring that Duffy was not going to swing 3-0 with the bases loaded. Throws him a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Change-up or breaking ball here? What do you think?
I think he might go to the curveball. It's been a good pitch for him today. He throws a fastball. He'll try to locate it on the corner. Probably away. There it is. Good fastball. 89 miles an hour.
3-2. Bases loaded. A 1-0 lead for the Rays. Yelich trying to squirm out of a jam here. Big pitch to Matt Duffy. Runners go. Back. Hey, there we go. A comebacker. Felix survives the bases loaded 5th inning situation to keep this a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. the game. Just take you back a few minutes ago as Felix got himself into and then out of a jam. He strikes out Wendell, and then with Matt Duffy, a one-hopper right back to him. And Felix, you know how passionate he is, especially here at home. Fired up. If the Mariners can get him some runs, Seager, Healy, Heredia, 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Felix with a 5-4 record entering today, 2-2 here at home. His last 2 outings at home, no decisions against Texas and Detroit. Meanwhile, Shoreline's own Blake Snell, 10 strikeouts through 4 innings. Seager was strikeout victim number 5 as Snell opened up with 7 consecutive strikeouts here in this ball game. Ties an American League record.
This afternoon, as far as stuff goes, he's had as good a stuff as we've seen this year for a starter. When you're talking about a fastball 97 miles an hour, his breaking ball, curveball, or the slider, doesn't seem to matter. And then his location also. There's not many pitches in the middle of the plate for the Mariners to try to do anything with. And even that last pitch, 96 on the corner.
Snell comes in 6th in ERA, 3rd in batting average against at 187, and tied for 2nd in wins. 7-3. 1-2.
We were talking about it yesterday with Archer. Let the team pulled groin heading back to have him take a look at him.
Oh, he was all over the mound.
He was. You can get carried away with it. Maybe that was the case. But there he is, going to have his groin looked at after the game. And
he does a great job of community outreach down in the St. Petersburg area.
Terrific pitcher.
Yeah, oh, he's very good. Good guy. And he's popped on MLB Network a few times. And real vibrant personality. Smart guy. One and 2 to Seager. Weak wave, 11 strikeouts. Completed as Sucre throws down to Brad Miller.
Looked like the slider.
That's a season best. 11 Ks here for Snell. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. And watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday to find out your fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler, just like our friend John did today. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. The season best 11 strikeouts for Blake Snell, his career best 13. Breaking ball, strike 1 to Healy. One to Ryan Healy, struck out on an 0-2 pitch his first time. Outside, 2-1. The only run coming out of Brad Miller. 2-out RBI double to right center field in the 4th inning. That's after Felix got a ground out and a line out. Base hit to Robertson, and Miller doubled them home. Past the diving Matt Duffy, base hit for Ryan Healy. Second Mariner hit.
Ryan ends up getting a fastball that he can handle. Primera Supermo, the swing, barrels it up. Fastball middle away.
The other hit was a D. Gordon face bunt in the 4th inning. Here's Heredia, struck out looking at a 2-2 pitch. He likes to work hard inside against right-hand hitters. Really can blow it in there.
It's the reason why you see them chasing the breaking ball down out of the strike zone. He speeds him up with the good fastball inside.
self-defense, try to get out of the way. It's a fair ball. And Heredia's retired. Healy to second.
Fastball just off the inside corner.
Oof.
Really tied him up.
Back knee, helmet off. As always, hard out of the box. Guillermo Heredia. 2 outs, runner at second for Denard Span. First Mariner to put a ball in play. That was in the third with 1 out after Snell opened up, striking out the first 7 men that he faced.
The good news too is with Snell, pitch count at 85 working here in the 5th.
Tying run, second base. Mariners 8th in the major leagues in that category. One. Span straight up in the infield. Center fielder Malik Smith couple steps towards the left. 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 out. Tying run at second. Here in the home 5th, 1-0 Rays. See the Rays next weekend for 4 games after opening up this road trip Tuesday, Wednesday in Houston. Snell deals 1-2. Right field, pretty much in his tracks. Carlos Gomez hitting over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. To the 6th, 1-0 Rays. Power of the digital world. By BNSF, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By Jack in the Box this season, Mariners Double Play means free Jumbo Jacks from Jack in the Box. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Get some hot chicken up on Capitol Hill. Mariners trailing 1-0. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew. Mariners travel off to Houston tonight, day off tomorrow. Houston Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 games with the Rays, and then come home for the Angels and the Red Sox. Daniel Robertson leading off the top of the 6th. He's got 2 hits, 2 of the 5 for the Rays. The first 2, in fact, there's a breaking ball hit foul. Hit right off our mic, third base side. Robertson, Miller, and Gomez 5, 6, and 7 in the Rays order. Segura, friendly one hop. Now
all right,
his day's made.
Yeah.
Out in the King's Court. Yelich with 4 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a run on 5 hits. Pitched his way out of a bases loaded jam in the 5th. Here's Brad Miller, knocked in the only run of the ball game. First pitch swinging with a man at first.
He was on a changeup. Yelich throwing a lot of strikes. 68 pitches, 50 strikes for him today.
Felix pitching in the 6th. Longest then he got into the 7th back on the 15th of April. And a tough 2-1 loss to Oakland. Month of May he went 6, 5 2/3, 5, 6, 6, and 5 innings. Two and 1. 3 and 1.
You're gonna let it stand on the plate. You gotta get the outside corner.
And the first walk in the ball game. Time now for our Geico This Date in History. Take you back to 1888. Casey at the Bat is first published in the San Francisco Examiner. Ernest Lawrence Thayer, the author. There's no joy in Mudville. The mighty Casey has struck out. Carlos Gomez popped the 3rd ground out to short and broke a bat intentionally.
Back him up, Felix.
Mariners looking to turn their first double play of the afternoon.
Work the inside
They
corner.
unloaded, didn't he?
He always does.
Good rotation there. Check swing. He did go. Blackney, the home plate umpire, had him all the way. So Felix ahead 0-2.
When you swing as hard as he does, it's going to be difficult to stop that barrel from getting through the hitting area. It's impossible to check your swing.
4 strikeouts. Fans would like to see a 5th. The 0-2. Zunino can't find it. Runner takes off. And in with the dive is Brad Miller.
Be a wild pitch.
So Brad taking advantage. His former teammates. Wild pitch to second. Count at 1-2 with 1 out.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
2-2. Love how Felix staying consistent with the colors today with the blue glove matching the royal blue. Coordinating nicely with the cream colored jerseys. Uniform rather, and pitch. Taking a look, Seager. It does not come back to him. Next home stands a beauty. 3 with the Angels, 4 with the Red Sox. Then after that, Mariners go on the road, New York, Boston, Baltimore, and come home from Kansas City. Get us into July. The 2-2 in the dirt.
He's been able to lay off a couple of pretty good changeups down out of the strike zone. Felix trying to get him to chase it.
Three and two to Gomez. Breaking ball jumped all over. Ricochets off his seat back onto the field. Take a look at the East Coast road trip coming up on beginning on the 19th. 3 at the Yankees, 3 at the Red Sox, and then 4 at the Orioles. Yankees and Orioles, their game rained out earlier today. Swing and a miss. Gomez goes down. That's strikeout number 5 for Felix. 2 away here in the 6th.
He just goes after him. Good fastball, Primera Supremo. Fastball on the outer half of the plate, 89 miles an hour. For all the changeups and curveballs, he throws it by him.
So an 0 for 3 day for Gomez brings up Johnny Field. Bunted his way on in the 5th, struck out in the 2nd. Just joining us the other side of the story, Shoreline's Blake Snell, 11 strikeouts, a season best. No runs on 2 hits. Good breaking ball, swing and a miss. Mariners with 2 hits, a D. Gordon 4th inning bunt, and a Ryan Healy 1-out single to left in the 5th.
Interesting with Felix this year is curveball and changeup combination, and it really is a combination this year. He uses them both about the same usage. In the past, it's always been his changeup. And caught a spike.
Felix advantage right now, 0-2. He's okay. He got out of a bases loaded jam in the 5th. He's got a runner in scoring position here in the 6th. Brad Miller ahead of Johnny Field, 0-2. And a dirt, ball 1. End of 6. Angels at home lead Texas 3-0. Boston and Houston later on. Oakland 5-1 winners at Kansas City. There's a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt again. 2-2.
Listen, it's usually the case with Felix on the mound. Mike Zunino is going to get a workout. And that's the case this afternoon. Because of Felix's changeup and his curveball, he throws him in the dirt a lot. And even with his fastball, the 2-seam with the sinker, blocking drills for Mike this afternoon.
Count even at 2-2, 2-outs, runner at 2nd. Swing and a miss, a beauty. 6 strikeouts for Felix, strands another runner. Pitching duel in progress, 1-0 Rays. And that'll trip back home to Seattle here, Mike.
Double digits in strikeouts, plus fastball at 97. Curveball, slider also. Mariners only able to get 2 hits off of him in the ball game. It's quite the pitching matchup, and his family's happy about it.
What a ball game. Mike Zunino's going to lead it off here in the 6th.
88 pitches, 57 strikes.
Mike struck out on a 3-2 pitch his first time. Snell struck out the first 7 men that he faced, tying an American League record. Denard Span broke up that run with a ground out to second base. Tuno, Zunino, Gordon, and Segura. 9-1 and 2 here in the 6th inning. Mariners trying to keep alive their run here. They've beaten the Rays 8 consecutive times here at Safeco Field. There's strike 2-1. Mariners looking for their second sweep of the season. And trying to finish this homestand at 8-2. Pretty good heater. 2-2.
Hit one to the right side, Mike. Foul him up.
There's 0-2 from Snell. Hit down the third base line. Foul. 2-2 now. Big foul.
Talked about his stuff today. His command has been excellent, and he's also really mixed it up. Even when he's been behind, he's not afraid to throw a changeup or a breaking ball to get back into the count.
2-2 to Mike Z. Fights it off.
Hurry up here, Steve. Oh, not a play. Okay. I'm the only one you're going to get back.
Rays infield of Duffy, Robertson, Wendell, and Miller, with Field, Smith, and Gomez in the outfield. And Mike Z strikes out. That's strikeout number 12. One more and he'll match his career best. 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star ballot is now open and exclusively online, so make sure your favorite Mariners are represented on this year's squad by voting at mariners.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on July 17th from our nation's capital. Washington, D.C. one away. Top of the order, D. Gordon. Next strike.
It looks like this might be his last inning. Now at 96 pitches. His season high is 105, and they're going to get a reliever loose out in the pen.
Chaz Rowe heating up. 1-1 to dig. Puts it in play. Digging hard for first. Wendell throws him out. Snell comes in with 7 wins. Tied with Tanaka, McCullers, Porcello, Verlander, and Happ, along with Charlie Morton. That group of guys trail Severino and Kluber. Each have 8 wins. Quick 2 outs here in the 6th. 12 strikeouts, 1 shy of his career best. Blake Snell, dating back to October 1 of last year, 13 against Baltimore.
Just 2 hits for the Mariners. Both singles, one of them an infield hit.
Some good numbers for him right there, resulting in hard contact at second only to Jacob DeGrom of the Mets. Ground ball, not hard contact there either. Robertson's had a very good series defensively, making all the plays. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Blake Snell, 1-0 Rays. for the 1-0 lead. For every strikeout recorded by a Mariners pitcher at Safeco Field, Holland America Line will make a donation to the Seattle Children's Hospital Uncompensated Care Fund. Mariners thank Holland America Line for their support, both the community and Mariners baseball. Here's Felix Hernandez pitching into the 7th. Mike, he's done well today.
He's pitched really well. Been in trouble a couple of times, but hasn't given up a big base hit. The Rays are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Got out of a bases loaded situation in the 5th inning. Stranded a runner at second base in the 6th. Jesus Sucre lead it off.
After a couple of outs in the 4th, a single and then the double by Miller, and that's been the only run in the ball game. Robertson able to score from first base.
Here's Felix in the 7th inning for just the second time this season. Check down at first. Did not go. Sucre doing a belt trade, checking with the umpire at first. Pointing down there. What do you got? 2-0. Haniger. Let's give some ground here. Just shy of the track. One out. Day off in Houston for the fellas tomorrow. Felix sharing a laugh with Sucre. And good pitching matchup. James Paxton against Dallas Keuchel. Paxton will be making his 10th start against Houston, 4-3 with a 3.16, and then Wade LeBlanc on Wednesday against Lance McCullers Jr. McCullers with that great curveball. Mariners and the Astros. We showed the flags being switched up yesterday or last night. Mariners moving into a tie with the Astros with the win last night. Astros losing to the Red Sox. Red Sox in Houston finish up their series later on today. Top of the order, here's Malik Smith. Smith 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. Breaking ball, got it in there. 1-2. Smith to be followed by C.J. Crone.
A couple of relievers getting loose, so Snell probably done. Felix now at 91 pitches. This might be his last inning. Season high is 105.
Good to see him here in the 7th. Chris Archer talking to Blake Snell has got to be absolutely thrilled. Pitching this well, first time at Safeco Field. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Felix disposes of Malik Smith. That strikeout number 7 for Felix.
And a changeup off the plate. And to reach it well off the plate away, gets him to chase it.
Here's Arroyo, Christian Arroyo pinch hitting.
C.J. Crone was hit on the wrist his last time up.
Oh, that looked ugly too, didn't it?
Squared him up pretty good.
1-0 to Arroyo. Played at second base last night. A couple of hops to Segura. Sets and throws. Get him. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Felix, nice work this afternoon, trailing 1-0. Keep it here for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game here on this Sunday, we ask you to please rise and direct your attention to the area behind home plate. To present God Bless America, please rise and welcome Singing Sisters from Sumner, Washington.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the to the oceans, white with foam.
Washington's Lotteries. You take it to the International District here in Seattle, where the Mariners down at Safeco Field trail the Rays 1-0. And Shoreline's Blake Snell, Mike, dazzling right out of the gate.
He'd really been pitching well coming into the game. A 2.5 ERA for him, 7 wins on the season. Had the good curveball going, used his slider for some strikeouts. Occasional changeup in his fastball, 95 to 97 on the corners at the top of the strike zone. It's all game long, and 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, pretty impressive, but also didn't walk anybody. So no walks with all the strikeouts.
That's the first ball right there that was put in play. That was in the 3rd inning. Denard Span grounding out to second. Ties an American League record, 7 consecutive strikeouts to start a ball game.
Impressive outing, 100 pitches, 66 strikes for him. Chaz Rowe will take over. Fastball at 93 miles an hour and a slider. Mitch 0 for 2.
Chaz Rowe pitched an inning and a third Friday night, struck out 2. 13-inning game, won by Mitch Haniger. It's a home run. Breaking ball hit down the line, backhanded by Duffy, and he gets him.
6 innings, couple of hits for Blake Snell. Again, didn't walk anybody, 12 strikeouts, 100 pitches, 66 strikes, just dominating performance. Chaz Rowe, 27 appearances on the year, ERA just under 4, 25 strikeouts and 20 2/3. Opponents hitting .227 against him. Hit his fastball at 93 and a slider. And he'll throw a slider a lot more than his fastball, actually.
Cruz 0 for 1 against Chaz Rowe. Nelly today has struck out twice at the hands of Blake Snell. Strike 1.
It's a breaking ball. Seager waiting on deck. So Johnny Bender's left-hander getting loose in the pen.
Takes that one. Chaz Rowe, 31 years old. I mentioned came in ball game a couple of nights ago, Steubenville, Ohio. He's been with Tampa Bay now. In his 2nd year, he's been with Baltimore, Atlanta, Arizona, and the Yankees. Two and 1 to Cruz. C.J. Cron, he left the game. A right forearm contusion, X-rays negative. Mariners with just 2 hits today.
Also has a slider in the middle of the plate.
Dugard, the 4th inning. Fun single to get aboard. Worked his way to 3rd with a stolen base and a wild pitch. Ryan Healy, a 1-out single to left in the 5th. He got as far as 2nd base, and that was it. 2 and 2 to Cruz. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 2 outs. Celebrate Father's Day right here at Safeco Field on June 17th as the Mariners square off against the Boston Red Sox. First 10,000 dads, you're going to get a one-of-a-kind Mariners barbecue glove. It's courtesy of our friends at EQC. Take Dad out to the ball game by heading to Mariners.com for tickets. Pitching change will bring a left-hander to face Kyle Seager. Mariners down 1-0 in the 7th. 7. 1-0 lead for the Rays in this series finale as Johnny Venters takes over.
Fastball at 93 miles an hour and a slider. We'll face Kyle Seager.
2 outs here in the 7th inning. Seager struck out twice today. Ball 1. Venters pitched a scoreless inning in the Friday night ball game.
Venters pitched well. ERA under 1. Batting average against not much.
Pretty much everybody puts a shift on like that against Seager, and he hits right into it. First baseman, easy play, Brad Miller. Mariners go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. 1-0 Rays.
You see this Where I Root photo. It's presented by Alaska Airlines. A dignified mom selfie sends us in. Baseball is very serious, mommy. That's from Hayden, age 4. I love it. And then we have this one. It's Ryan's 30th birthday, and he came all the way from Alaska to celebrate here at Safeco Field. The hashtag to use is Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. But guys, Hayden, 4 years old. Baseball's very serious, mommy.
I love it.
Very serious.
That's great. Start him out young like that. How about Felix Hernandez pitching here in the 8th, Mike?
It's the first time this year that he's been able to pitch into the 8th inning. 5 hits to 1 earned run. He's hit a couple of batters, but for the most part throwing a lot of strikes. 95 pitches, 63 strikes overall. Working ahead of hitters.
7 Ks, 1 walk.
30 batters, 22 first pitch strikes, and he's been able to work ahead with his curveball and his changeup too, not just throwing fastballs in there.
You got Joey Wendell, Matt Duffy, Daniel Robertson. 3, 4, and 5 here for the Rays. I'll be good. Easy play for him. There's the Healy, 1 down. Make sure you join us Tuesday during the Mariners game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to get 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the ballgame. We're going to be posing questions. I want to hear from you, so be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at rootsports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com.
Felix now at 98 pitches. His high this year, 105. Juan Nicasio was getting loose in the pen. It looks like Pazos also warming up.
2 down.
There's James.
Looking at Felix's log from last year in terms of getting into the 8th inning, happened twice. Once here at home against the Yankees, and once against Texas. He's earned the right to pitch into the 8th. This Rays ball club number 3 in hitting starting today in the American League. Robertson, he's got 2 of the Rays' 5 hits. Inside, he got the first hit in the 2nd inning and the 2nd hit in the 4th.
Well, even the ground out for him today in the 6th inning, he hit it hard.
Yeah, he
one
did.
hopper right to Segura.
I know I was at the forefront of all the talk here about Felix in the 1st inning. You couldn't ignore the numbers. Man, is he showing up nicely here today. Different kind of pitcher than he was years ago when he was blowing people away with 95 plus. He's holding the fort down pretty well here.
Brad Miller waiting, so it will be James Pazos. Ocasio has sat down. Ryan Cook starting to get loose.
Ran 2. Felix in position to end on a nice note here. He's got 7 Ks, 1 walk, hit 2 batters. You got 2 outs, nobody on here in the 8th. 3-2 pitch to Robertson. Out back. Two outs and nobody on. Felix trying to put away Robertson in the 8th. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit down to Seager. 8 complete innings. Felix Hernandez trailing 1-0. Nice performance. They got to get him some runs. 1-0 Rays.
Times when they're trying to get you to sign up for something, it's about what you get in return. I would sign up for this just for the eye black stickers. It's the Mariners Kids Club. Sign your youngsters up for the Mariners MVP Kids Club. For only $25, you receive a Mariners backpack, cap, arm sleeve, and those super cool eye black stickers. $1 ticket vouchers for select Mariner home games also included. And they give you really cool stuff and opportunities like watching Mariners batting practice from the field and Mariners autograph sessions as well. So sign up online at mariners.com/kids, or the next time you're at Safeco Field, head to section 190 in center field or section 329 and sign up at one of the Mariners Kids Club kiosks. Meantime, guys, get Felix some runs.
Seriously, pitch well today. 7 strikeouts, 8 complete innings. Nicely done. Good for Felix Hernandez. 1-0 Rays.
Jose Alvarado going to take over. 24 appearances, a 2.5 ERA, 26 strikeouts, and 24 in the third. He's yet to give up a home run. Opponents hitting 181. His average fastball this year, 98 miles an hour. Slider, curveball to go with it.
Ryan Healy, the first hitter. Healy, Heredia, and Span.
Alvarado pitched in the first game of the series, and he hit 100 miles an hour a couple of times.
Yes, he did. Brady's hitting 208 against Alvarado. Lefties are hitting 143. Good count for Healy, 2-0. Ryan struck out and singled to left field. He's got one of the 2 hits for the Mariners. A bunt single by D. Gordon, the other. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. Tang runs aboard.
Andrew Romine going to pitch run. Run for Ryan Healy. Leaves Gamble and Freitas on the bench. Already 0 for 2 today. And a strikeout looking and a ground out.
Sucre had to get a new glove. Had to exchange gloves with Wilson Ramos. Here's Heredia, struck out looking, ground out to third. Bunt. Good one. Alvarado took a lot of time. That was dropped. Everybody safe. Taken for third. Romine gets there standing. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first.
Sacrifice bunt. I think an E3. You're right about Alvarado. Takes his time right here. Probably didn't have a real good grip on it, but pretty good fastball, and that is right in the glove of Brad Miller at first base, and he just drops it.
There is a break. The Mariners will take it. There's Denard Span.
Matt Duffy playing in on the grass at third. Middle of the infield is playing back. Nobody out.
Ground ball through. Tie ball game. Denard Span comes through. Here's a throw to third. It is offline. Already in a third RBI single. Denard Span, his first RBI as a Mariner, and it's a big one. Ties the score at 1-1.
Well, being aggressive, knowing that he has the good fastball. Miller holding the runner on at first. Takes advantage of the hole in the right side of the infield. Good aggressive base running by Heredia. Gomez out in right field has a pretty strong arm. His throw was offline. Now a great chance for the Mariners to take the lead. Give Felix the lead.
Mike Zunino. Drawn in infield. Ball 1. First Mariner RBI for Denard Span. It's a big one. Comes against his former team. Zunino has twice struck out. Felix would love to get a W here today after 8 outstanding innings. One and 0 to Mike Zunino. T. Gordon's on deck. In the dirt, Suki can't find it. No advance by Heredia.
They just spiked a fastball at 98 miles an hour. Alex Colomé getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. Edwin Diaz has pitched the last few days, so it looks like it's going to be Colomé.
Super competitive, super passionate Felix Hernandez. Mariners can get a run here. He'll be in line to get his 6th win. 2-0 pitch here. Nino swings through 2-1.
And on the fastball above the belt in the middle of the plate at 96 miles an hour. Lee Gordon waiting on deck at the top of the lineup after Mike. Now Edwin Diaz starts to get loose.
Fly ball base hit does the trick here for the Mariners. Zanino 2-1. 2-2.
Edwin Diaz and Colomé are both getting loose.
There's some heat out there, huh? Jeez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zanino trying to come through here, give the Mariners the lead. Wow. Can understand why Mike took that. That looked like it was well off the plate.
It was inside. Like curveball. All sorts of options here with D. Gordon walking out home plate. You have good speed at Heredia at third, Span at first. He's not afraid to try to bunt, so you have to be aware of that as a runner. I don't think there'll be a squeeze play, but you may try to bunt.
Be alive.
Yep, you have to be alive.
See, with a base hit, a bunt back in the 4th. It was the Mariners' first hit.
And Alvarado's already thrown the ball in the dirt a couple of times, so be aware of that too. Infield still in.
Pitch to D. That will work. That'll work. 2-1 Mariners. Just enough to beat the drawn-in infield. D. Gordon RBI. The Mariners have the lead for the first time today. A blooper, just enough.
Similar base hit to Luis Gonzalez in the World Series.
Oh, good
drawn
call.
in infield.
Good call.
It jams in. Pretty good fastball, upper 90s, and Robertson, the shortstop, can't get back in time. The Mariners take the lead. Felix now with an opportunity because he went out in the 8th, was able to get through the 8th with a chance to get the win.
The Mariners trying to build on it. Time called.
Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, going out to talk to Alvarado. Nobody was getting loose. They have a left-hander that's starting to throw now. With that base hit, it's like Colomé has sat down and Diaz is going to pitch.
Former Mariner Vidal Nuno heating up. Boy, Felix, he pitched.
He earned
got
it.
Yeah, he did. He gutted it out. Did some good stuff. We show you a lot of times the exit velo. It's just enough here. This was not for the record
53.
books.
It worked. Diaz ended up getting the save last night. Came into the ballgame and threw nothing but fastballs. We'll see what happens today.
Mariners in position to finish this homestand 8-2 with their 2nd sweep of the season. Here's Segura.
Gene has been one of their best hitting runners in scoring position this year. Came into the game 3rd overall in hitting in the American League.
He's 0 for 1 against Alvarado. Good speed out there. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Span at 2nd. You got D. Gordon at 1st. Gene can find some green out there. 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. Span took off on a fabulous break. Oh, man. Alvarado wasn't paying attention. Denard and D. Gordon followed.
Nothing that Jake can do about it. Couple of strikes. It's a curveball. He was stolen it easy, but too close to take. Either on the inside corner, just off. He had to swing at it. But you're right. He took off really early. Had it easy.
Swing and a miss. Breaking ball and a good one from Alvarado. 2 outs. Both outs recorded by Alvarado via strikeouts. Now Mitch Haniger with 2 outs, 2 on. Strike 1 to Mitch.
Started today, Mitch, 3rd in the American League with his 42 RBIs.
Oh, 1 pitch. Oh boy. Thankfully he bounced it. If he doesn't bounce it, Span's probably dead to rights out at
He's
second.
going to try it again. I wonder if Sucre gave him some sort of sign or signal to let him know that he was taking off, because another couple of steps it looked like for Denard Span.
Span tied it, base hit to right. D. Gordon gave the Mariners the lead against a drawn-in infield. Just got over out of the dirt and into the grass, right?
Exactly.
50 was it 53 mph. 1-1 to Mitch Haniger. Mitch struck out swinging, looking, and grounded out to 3rd. And again, another comeback by the Mariners. One pitch. Way outside. Cash, 4th-year skipper.
For Mitch, a couple nights ago, the walk-off home run. Fastball out to right center field.
He took a healthy hack. What was it, the 3-1 pitch? He looked like he was going to try to drive that one to center field. Here's a 2-1 pitch.
Just like that, similar to that swing. 97 miles an hour on a fastball, but you're right, he fouled it back, and then it was on the next pitch he hit it out of the ballpark. 97, just above the knees, middle away.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-1 lead for the Mariners. Play here in the 8th. Pitch to Haniger. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. RBIs by Span and Gordon have put the Mariners in front. Edwin Diaz looking to close it down. 2-1 Mariners. to win a ball game. It would be his 6th, Mike.
I thought he was really good today. It was interesting early in the game. A lot of talk about the first inning with Felix. The leadoff hitter, Smith, he started him off with a changeup and a couple of curveballs. And then he started to find the strike zone. A lot of quality strikes from Felix today. His changeup has been his best pitch all year. Went to it often. A couple times he was in some trouble. Had to pitch out of that trouble and was able to do it, giving up just the 1 run. 8 innings, 5 hits. 1 run was earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 106 pitches, 70 of those for strikes, 32 batters, 24 first pitch strikes.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen.
Edwin Diaz, league leader in saves with 20.
Brad Miller fouls one off. Mariners a chance to pick up a half a game on Houston, which take on Boston in the next couple of hours. Diaz looking good. First 2 pitches, strikes.
Mentioned it last night. He came into the ball game and threw nothing but fastballs. Typically, he'll try to mix it up with a slider, but that was not the case for the Mariners' record 1-run games. 17 wins in 1-run games. That is the best.
If they can win this, it would be their 17th come from behind win, too.
Edwin's fastball this year has been 95 to 100. His slider will be 90-91.
In the dirt.
There's a slider at 90.
Felix with his 8-inning performance today took his ERA from 5.83 down to 5.33. Diaz trying to get former Mariner Brad Miller here. First out in the 9th inning. Two and 2. Felix's last win is at Detroit on May 12. His last home win May 1st here against Oakland. Diaz ready, 2-2 pitch. Bounce foul.
Just 1 slider so far.
Diaz leading the majors in saves with 20. Here's Segura surrounding, throwing, staying on the back. Roma, and they get him 1 out.
Brad runs well, and Segura was playing towards the middle and deep. So he has to get rid of it quickly. We know he has a strong throwing arm. There's just enough on it to get him by a step.
One out, Carlos Gomez. Oh! Inside. That got Gomez's attention.
97 miles an hour. Primero Supermo. Really diving in. That is close.
Gomez career 0 for 4 against Diaz. 1-0 pitch. Foul 1-1.
Back with a slider in the middle of the plate. Kyle on the line over at third base. Outfielders all playing deep.
One pitch here to Carlos Gomez. All 2-1. Johnny Field on deck. The 2-1 pitch. Easy play, D. Gordon. 2 outs. Well, the fans, 26,567 rise to their feet here in anticipation of out number 3. And in this ball game, Johnny Field be the hitter. First time he's facing Edwin Diaz. First pitch, fouled off. 0-1 to field. Diaz, major league leading 20 saves. The 0-1.
Missed, but his best fastball at 99.
Here's a 1-1. Swing. 1-2. One strike away from putting it in the books. Here we go, 1-2. Thought he had a chance to catch that.
Pretty good slider, 90 miles an hour, well located.
Reason to be fired up about Seattle Mariners baseball. Edwin Diaz and the boys right now a strike away from their 37th win, tying Houston. Pitch up high, 2-2.
Well, it's either going to be the fastball up or the slider down and away again. Let's see what happens here.
Field has some pop. We saw him homer Friday night.
Most of the time when Diaz throws the fastball in and it's elevated, he'll go right back to the slider.
2-2 pitch.
There it
Straight gas homing. Game over. 2-1 Mariners. The Mariners complete the homestand at 8-2. They're now 18-9 in one-run games, 17-9 in comebacks, Mike, and the numbers just keep getting better and better.
It was a great pitching performance today. Blake Snell pitching here at home for him with his family in the stands, really pitched well. Ended up with 12 strikeouts in the 6th inning. The Mariners just had to hang in there, and it was Felix Hernandez giving them the opportunity to do that. Just one earned run through 8 innings for Felix, and we've seen this all year long. 7th inning or later, they have just enough offense. Another one-run win for their 18th on the year.
9 consecutive wins at home against the Rays, and 10 out of the last 11. Mike, have a good time on the trip to Houston.
See you in a week.
And to Tampa Bay, back here next week. Good stuff here for Mike Blowers. I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Ryan. Fellas.
All right, Dave, Mike, thank you. Eddie Diaz working all 3 games of this series. Blows the first one, comes back, saves the last 2. The Mariners get their sweep, and as the guys were talking about, Ryan, so many good numbers to talk about here. You know, the 18 one-run wins, the 15 games over 500, 8-2 homestand. Where do you want to go with this team? I guess they're all good, right? How much time? Exactly.
Well, you knew today there was just not enough. 1-0 was not going to keep this team down. You knew there was going to be that magic at some point, but cannot wait to get into Felix. I think that was the biggest story today.
Yeah, Felix Hernandez, boy, I don't think anybody was more emotional, more excited in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Maybe me.
Maybe you. I think maybe you jumped higher than Felix, but a guy who's lost so many close games and one-run games throughout his career, to see him go 8 innings for the first time this year, 7 for the first time, then he goes back out there for the 8th. Kind of vintage Felix today a little bit.
Yeah, it really was, and he really set the tone. We talked about the first inning, getting off to a good start. He had the big 3 pitches for him, the changeup, curveball, and fastball all working for him. He was getting to 0-2, and he was getting to 0-2, able to use that changeup and that curveball and expanding the zone. But how do you get to 0-2? Has to have that good fastball command. And I said, look, this is the time to rise for Felix Hernandez. He's had enough time to look in the mirror and ask himself, what do I need to do? What adjustments do I need to make? And that's what the best in the world do, ladies and gentlemen. You knew he was going to join the party at some point. This rotation has been so good, and he is the leader of it. So it was so fun to watch. I love the emotion. I love him getting out of big jams too. The focus, next pitch was the only thing on his mind. Big night for him, and this is what Felix Hernandez needed right at the right time as the Seattle Mariners just took over that division.
Win number 6 for Felix, and he talked about after his last start, he is disappointed in himself, feeling that he's letting the team down. They're playing so well, and he's not getting it done on the mound, but he got it done tonight, and the Mariners do it once again. 8th inning comeback. It's getting pretty predictable for these guys, right? You don't worry about it for a while. 7 innings, don't do anything against a starter. Beat up the pen. They do it again tonight. And again, 8-2 on the homestand. We'll talk about the road trip coming up. 6 games more against these Tampa Bay Rays. Felix, fantastic. Yet to lose to them here at Safeco Field. Mariners 12-0 when Felix starts at Safeco Field. He is 8-0 personally. Mariners take it 2-1. Much more to get to on Mariners postgame, presented by Alaska Airlines.